Today I'm going to discuss about Marma points on leg. So first I'm going to discuss about Kshipra Marma, which is present at the junction of great toe, thumb and the second finger, which is Snayu Marma, half anguli and Kalantara Marma, which is Kalantara Pranahara Marma. Next, Tala Hridaya Marma, which is present at the center of the soul and a straight line to the middle of middle toe, which is a Mamsa Marma, half anguli in few texts and one anguli in few texts, which I have found. And it is also Kalantara Pranahara Marma. Next, Kutsha Marma, which is two fingers above the Kshipra Marma, two finger width above the Kshipra Marma. It is a Snayu Marma, 4 anguli and Vaikalyakara Marma. Below the two ankle joints, we found Kutsha Sira Marma, which is a Snayu Marma and Vaikalyakara Marma. So, how to remember these? Which is present on the anterior side, Kshipra, Kutsha, Shira and Kutsha, they were Snayu Marmas because when you dissect leg, you will find many ligaments here. Whereas here, Tala Hridaya, you will find muscle, so it is a Mamsa Marma. And Kalantara, Kshipra and Tala Hridaya are very sensitive. Person may die gradually. In Kshipra Marma, damage to Kshipra Marma leads to convulsions and death. And damage to the Tala Hridaya Marma is severe pain and death. In and Kutsha Shira and Kutsha Marma are Vaikalyakara Marmas. If injury happened to these marmas, it leads to some deformity. So here I have kept 2 points for Kutsha Shira. It is not 2, we can find 2 below the ankle joint. It is the extent to which it is present. On the posterior side, we find Gulfa Marma at the junction of foot and the calf muscles. So it is basically present at ankle. So it is a Sandhi Marma. You can remember like this. It is also a Vaikalyakara Marma, same as Kutsha, Shira and Kutsha. And it is 2 anguli. It causes severe pain and stiffness if injury happened to this marma. Next, Indravasti Marma, which is present at the middle of the calf muscles or 13 to 14 finger width from the Gulfa Marma. It is 2 anguli in few texts and a half anguli in few texts. It is a Mamsa Marma. Basically, you will find calf muscles here. So it is a Mamsa Marma, just as a Tala Hridaya Marma. And it is Kalantara Marma, just as a Tala Hridaya Marma. Next to the Indravasti, we find Janu Marma. Janu is present basically at the knee, at the posterior side, and it is the union, it is found where the union of thigh and knee, at the junction of thigh and knee. So it is a Sandhi Marma. As a Gulfa Marma, it is a Sandhi Marma. It is 3 anguli. It is a Vaikalyakara Marma as Gulfa Marma. Next to the Janu Marma, we find Ani Marma. About 3 finger width above the Janu Marma. It is a Snayu Marma and half anguli and Vaikalyakara Marma. Next to the Janu Marma, we find Urvi. Urvi is derived from the word Uru, means thigh. It is also derived from Siramarma, half anguli and Vaikalyakara Marma. Here thigh marma is Siramarma, whereas Ani marma is Snaya marma. You can see the anterior side where we can find Janu. Above the Urvi marma and below the inguinal joint or a hip joint, we find Lohitaksha marma above the Urvi and below the inguinal joint or hip joint. It is Siramarma as Urvi and half anguli as Urvi and Vaikalyakara marma as Urvi marma. We find many similarities between Lohitaksha and Urvi. Next is Vitapa marma. Vitapa marma, which is a Snaya marma. It is found between the inguinal region and the scrotum. Basically it present at the junction of the inguinal region and the scrotum, or between the two scrotums. In few texts it is given as between the two scrotum. I found it is like more bit to keep in mind, Vitapa. And if some injury happened to this marma, it leads to impotency. And it is Snaya marma, where we can find inguinal ligaments or something like that. So it is a Snaya marma, one anguli and Vaikalyakara marma. Most of the marmas on leg you can just simply remember as Lotiksha and Urvi as a pair, and Kurcha Shira as a pair, and remaining all other marmas like Kshipra, Vitapa, Ani as a pair, and Gulfa, Janu as a pair, Indriyavasti and Thalarudaya as a pair, because they find similarity in one or other means. So you can just remember like this, where Vitapa is a Snaya marma and Kshipra is also a Snaya marma, and these are most vital points, where Kshipra is a Kalantara Pranahara marma and Vitapa is a Vaikalyakara marma. So this is the whole thing.